Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Comicave figure, and the figure I'm showing you guys is Shotgun. This is their 112 line, and it's still licensed by Play Imaginative. I think this is kind of the original ones that they made. But yeah, there it is. There's the box, and on the back shows a picture of the Iron Man from the backside. Alright, and here we have the figure outside of packaging and all the accessories. First, we'll go over the accessories first. Here we have a cloth in there. It's not really necessary because this guy is not... it doesn't have a chrome finish or anything, so your finger's not going to show up. So the cloth is not really helpful for this figure, but it is nice to have. They want to attach that to the figure. And also comes with a screwdriver, which is helpful. And then here there's a translucent rod back here. And then also a nameplate. It says Shotgun on it. A bag of desiccant. And then here we have the bendy rod. And then the clamp, which I find extremely useless because it is not spring-loaded. So it's not going to really grip anything unless it's really, really stiff. Which this thing is not, so it's kind of useless. And then we have a effect piece for the booster on his backside. And then two effect pieces for the hands. And we have a pair of clinching hands, a pair of relaxed hands, a pair of repulsor blast hands, and another pair of repulsor blast hands with holes on them for the effect pieces. And there's the figure. There's Shotgun, and if you look at it, if you're just looking at this figure, he looks quite nice, quite amazing for a 1/12 scale, which is a 6-inch figure. Let's do a comparison. Let's do a measurement. Yes, he is exactly 6 inches in height. He does look kind of good. The design is nice. And let's spin him around so you guys can see the backside. Also nicely done. And there's the switch back here for the light up feature. And once you flip the switch, you can see the chest lights up and the eyes as well. And the visor is you can slide up that visor so you can see those pretty eyes. And here it is with the visor up. It looks kind of ugly actually without the visor. Okay, for a 1/12 scale, it looks nice, but articulation wise, he is horrible. Terrible. Yeah, way worse than any other Iron Man figures you could buy. Head tilt is basically no head articulation whatsoever, because I don't know if it's the design, but they could have fixed the neck to be a little thinner, so he could actually look up and or rotate around, because he can't do either of those. He could look up slightly, and there he is looking up, and he can look to the side about that much, and he can look about that much to the other side. So as far as the neck articulation, it's definitely terrible. And then here are the shoulder pads, and these shoulder pads are actually attached to the body and not the arms, which is kind of weird. And I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but here you can see inside there's a ball hinge joint, which is connected to the body itself. And then there's a ball joint connecting it to the shoulder pad itself. And you can see it's not attached to the arm at all. So when you try to articulate the arm, you would have a little bit of problem maneuvering that shoulder pad to go with the arm. So I would suggest you push the shoulder pad out of the way first, articulate the arm to wherever position you want, and then readjust the shoulder pad to kind of cover that shoulder joint up again. But as far as where it could go, it's pretty good range because it does have a hinge joint and a ball joint attached to the shoulder pad, so it's got pretty good range. But it's just weird seeing a shoulder pad that's attached to the body, not to the arm, for an Iron Man figure. And he does have double jointed elbows, but you can see the bicep piece is actually touching the forearm piece, so as far as the range, he can only do about 90 degrees, and that's it. And then wrists are on a ball joint. And as far as the chest, I can move a little bit, but not a whole lot. Here you can see right now he's standing straight. And here's how far forward he could move, which is not a lot. Kind of disappointing because with an Iron Man figure, you kind of want him to move quite a bit. And no abdominal movement whatsoever. And as far as the side skirt, it does slide out a little bit, and it is attached to a ball joint, so it gives you a little bit of room to work with. And the legs can be lowered down a little, can be lowered down like the SH Figure Arts. And here you can see it could lower down quite a bit actually. And as far as the range, he can give you about 90 degrees, and that's it. And same with the knees, double jointed knees, but he can only give you 90 degrees. And ball jointed ankles, and there's toes articulation as well. With the limitation of his neck, you probably wouldn't want to throw his arm out too far from his body, because he's not going to be able to look at where he's shooting if you push it outward too far. So as far as posability, not the greatest due to a lot of lack of range around the neck and the chest area. I mean, I could understand because you do have wiring that's running through it, but I would imagine you could have done a little bit better as far as the range. The arms, they're okay. The legs are nice, and ankles. It's just not as highly articulated as the SH Figure Art stuff, which I'm so used to when I look at 1/12 scale Iron Man. And back here is where you attach the other flame piece, and you just slide it on just like that. So overall, I say it's a good looking figure, and the paint job is nice. I'm actually okay with it, and it is about 75% die cast, which I like. But the only disappointing part would be the articulation, the range of motion for the neck and for the chest. So he won't be able to give you a really good, not a good landing pose whatsoever. And the shoulder pads are a little bit strange that they have it attached to the chest and not to the arms. But overall, it's still a nice looking figure. I think certain places are selling him for still about 150 or so. I got it about 109 off Amazon, so I think that's a okay price for a figure like this, because it is die cast and does have light up function. So yeah, because I was very happy with the Igor figure. And let's do a measurement and size comparison. Here's what I'm talking about when I said about the shoulder pad. Here you can see the SH Figure Art, the shoulder pad's attached to the arm, not to the chest. So now you can see he could raise his arm quite a lot. without any restrictions whatsoever. But with the Comicave, when it's attached to the chest, you definitely have a limited range. See, you won't be able to do that. Alright, and here's the size comparison, and you can see Shotgun from Comicave is a little shorter than the SH Figure Arts Iron Man, which is a little bit surprising actually. He stands about 6 inches in height, while the SH Figure Art is about 6.25. And here he is also next to Igor from Comicave, and Igor is the one I really enjoy messing with. Great articulation and weathering effect on him is just top notch. But this was a little disappointing. The Shotgun was a little bit disappointing, and I think they just started soliciting the other. What is it? I forgot which one that is. It's basically this armor, but with the camo coloring, which I don't plan on getting because I'm not really too happy with this one. For their articulation, so I'm definitely not gonna get that one. And yeah, so there it is. Here's the Shotgun from Comicave, and again I paid about $109 for it, and I'm okay with it. Not the greatest, just a little bit disappointed by the art.